Welcome to arguably the most highly anticipated series on this channel. No, Flashcat 2, it's not Terraria Master Mode, I'm sorry to disappoint. It is Pokemon Infinite Fusion, which I announced I was going to be playing quite a while ago, and today it's finally here. Specifically, we are doing a Soul Link Nuzlocke with Garbless. If you don't know what a Soul Link is, it's a Nuzlocke, but if my Pokemon die, his Pokemon dies, vice versa. We're doing it with the randomized settings that Infinite Fusion has, so full randomization of wild Pokemon, gym leader Pokemon, and trainer Pokemon, which is both incredibly amazing and incredibly rubbish at the same time. But before we start, I do have a Twitch and I do have a Discord. They're linked down below. I'm mostly active on those two platforms, so if you want to see more stuff from me, make sure to check those out. After skipping the intro and naming our rival, we pick up Pearl Harbor the Squirtle from Oak and immediately battle Garbless for the first time. And of course this cheating bastard has decided it's fair to fuse his two starter Pokemon. Doesn't matter because we kick his ass anyway. And immediately head on to Route 1 where my very first Pokemon is a shiny Ladybug. Just kidding, I don't have Pokeballs yet, so after we go back and speak to Oak and come back to Route 1, I'm very hopeful that my Pokemon will be anything but a regional bird. And I get Spearow, so you know, luck's not on my side. But regardless, we name our Spearow Radish and we continue on to Viridian City, where we're hopefully going to try and pick up a goated encounter on Route 23. After killing a small child's pet mercilessly, we wander into the grass to find a Shelder, an absolute go-to water-type Pokemon, especially with Skill Link and Icicle Spear. He's an absolute menace for the rest of the game. So heading on to Route 2 and finding a regular Ladybug this time, we enter Viridian Forest where I find a Spinarak. And I name it after arguably the most vile creature I've ever seen in a video game. Like, honestly, I don't know why this thing exists. They should just remove it from the game. And it's incredibly fun watching Garbless fail miserably trying to spell its stupid name. After enslaving some of the local wildlife to wear as a hat, we battle our way through the weak trainers of the forest before arriving in Pewter City. I'm ready to take on Brock straight away with Pearl Harbor, but Garbless thinks it would be incredibly funny to kill our starter Pokemon to the aforementioned weak trainers of the forest. This results in us having to train up Speckheads and Route 2, and also fusing Wyshot and Radish together to create a party that hopefully will not be wiped instantly to Brock. Speckheads easily sweeps through the trainers of Brock's gym before absolutely dominating him, granting us our first of 8 gym badges. With new motivation and Pichu to the Diglett now on our team, I'm convinced absolutely nothing could go wrong. Which obviously meant something went immediately wrong as we tried to rebattle the trainer to get a little bit more XP before taking on the rest of the route. I go to switch out Wyshot after he's put to sleep, but unfortunately none of the rest of my team is able to deal with the grass type in front of us. So I have to sack off Escalator to bring Wyshot in to hope and pray that he wakes up from his sleep, and he just barely is able to deal the finishing blow. We say our final goodbyes to Escalator before finishing Route 3 and making our way to meet Nurse Joy outside of Mount Moon. We head inside, find a Slugma, which is honestly a pretty good find, needed a fire type, and we very maturely name it Slugma Balls, of course. We have a very close encounter with a trainer who's got a Tyrogue Tentacle fusion, which manages to bring both Speckheads and Wyshot down to the red, but thankfully we defeat her and move on to the next layer of the cave. After exploring around for a bit, we find yet another ladder that goes down, which brings us to our very first Team Rocket fight. We have a very close call with Wyshot falling down to 4 HP, but Speckheads is able to clutch up and get the dub. After a quick trip back to Nurse Joy, we enter into this open area where we can find a Moonstone, and we also buy a bunch of fresh water so that we don't have any other close calls. Obviously we can't heal in battles, but it'll be great for between the next Team Rocket fight and the Scientist fight, which I know is coming up. Thankfully, Speckheads, proving to be the GOAT once again, is able to clear through the Team Rocket grunt with Icicle Spear. However, the Scientist gives us a little bit more trouble. His Caterpie fusion manages to bring Wyshot down to a measly 5 HP and Slugma down to 10, so we were forced to switch into Speckheads, and once again, proving why he's the absolute GOAT of the team, defeats the Pokemon, defeats the Scientist, and we're able to go and claim our fossil. I claim the Dome fossil because Kabutops is one of my favourite fossil Pokemon, forcing Garbless to take the other one, as that is what we arranged to do beforehand. Then we head through Route 4 to heal up at the Pokemon Center quickly before we return for our encounter. Unfortunately, it's Abra, which is not ideal because he just teleports away, so no encounter for us. After a quick training session on Route 4 and back in Mount Moon, we decide to take on the trainers inside Misty's gym, hoping it'll be as easy as Brock's were. After all the training, Wyshot is able to easily make quick work of both of his fusions. However, we decide to go back to Mount Moon just to get a few more levels to be on the safe side. After training Wyshot up for a few levels, he finally evolves into a very cool looking fusion, and then we take on the final trainer in Misty's gym, which is absolutely easy work for our new GOAT, replacing Speckheads because it's a water type gym, so we're not really going to be using him. Then we head back to Mount Moon to just get a few more levels before taking on Misty, because we want to be absolutely sure we can beat her with 0 casualties. We send out Shock first, hoping that he'll be enough to take on the gym by himself. He's able to make short work of Misty's first Pokemon, but her Side-Out Cone Edge does prove a little challenging, knocking Shock down to 1 HP. I mean, I'm thinking this is it, we're going to have to kill Shock, we're going to have to sack someone. But then I remember the Shadow Sneak is a priority move, and I'm just sitting here praying that it's enough to kill and not get Shock wiped off the team. And as I said, this guy's the new GOAT replacing Speckheads, so of course he can get it done. And better yet, after taking on Misty all by himself, living on 1 HP, he evolved into his final form, True Shock, and he's looking sicker than ever if I do say so myself. With Misty defeated thanks to the absolute GOAT Shock putting in the work, we claim our gym badge, we claim our hat, and we head back to the Pokemon Center to heal up, ready to take on the next route, which we will be doing in the next episode. Thank you everyone for coming to the first episode. I know it's quite short, there was a lot of training going on, just a lot of grinding, there's not much content at the start of the game. But once we go to SSN, once we do the new Team Rocket stuff the game adds in, it does flesh out a bit more, so hopefully the later episodes will be longer. Hopefully we won't have to do 2 gyms in 1 episode and it still be in a 6.5 minute video. Not ideal. Thanks to Garbless for helping me not only with the Solic, but also helping me with a little bit of the, giving me ideas for the editing and stuff. His videos definitely were an inspiration for this series. And I just want to say thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.